The Ragged Top Mountains, the crown jewel of the Ironwood Forest National Monument in Pima County, Arizona. Located just 35 miles northwest of Tucson, this location is ideal for outdoor enthusiasts or those wanting to enjoy the beautiful desert vistas. But be warned, the roads are primitive and may be undrivable during heavy rains. Rising over 1,700 feet above the surrounding desert, the Ragged Top Mountains are home to a diverse selection of flora and fauna. I arrived at the trailhead parking at 5:15 a.m. at the break of dawn to avoid as much heat of the day as possible. I chose to do this hike on my birthday in August, but late fall to early spring would be a much better option. There is no real trail or signs pointing your way up the mountain, but you can access a GPS guided trail using the All Trails app to track your location. On my trek back, there was no visible landmark to guide me back to my vehicle, and I got off trail quite a ways, and this app pointed me back on my route and possibly even saved my life. At first, there was just enough light for me to see where I was walking, and the only sounds were my footsteps and the birds as I trekked towards the easternmost gully leading to the tallest peak. It wasn't long before the entire desert was washed in the rays of the morning sun. From where I parked my car, it is a 1.2-mile hike to the base of the mountain with a 200-foot change in elevation. I'm almost at the base. Something really cool I found on my way here. Look at this little guy. Well, hello, Mr. Desert Tortoise. I kind of spooked him. I shall continue on my way. Bye, Mr. Tortoise. I did manage to capture a still shot of the tortoise before he decided to retreat into the safety of his shell. As I reached the base, I was in awe of the shapes of the rock formations and saw many small caves that animals could use for shelter. As I trekked up the gully, the trail became increasingly more difficult. There were many loose rocks and narrow ledges, and I was unable to film this part of the journey, for I needed to have both hands to keep my balance. Whew. I tell you guys, this is hard. Probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. My train now. Oh man. That's better. Start this over. Whoa. This is super hard. This is what my climb looks like now. Oh, I didn't want to do that. This is what my climb looks like now. This shit's crazy. So I made it all the way to the top. Got some bighorn sheep to greet me. If that's not cool. Here's looking to the south. That's the summit right there. I launched my drone in the hopes of flying through the saddle and catching the full range up close and personal, but the drone seemed to be behaving oddly, so I didn't dare fly it out where I would not be able to recover it if something went wrong. I did, however, not want to miss the opportunity to get an awesome selfie. Before I started my trek down the mountain, I took a few minutes to shoot a few still shots for Instagram and to say goodbye to the bighorn sheep. And if seeing the bighorn sheep wasn't cool enough, I encountered this black-tailed rattlesnake on the way down. So whilst you dream of the summit and focus on the success of getting to the top, you realize afterwards that the most profound part of the journey was the effort needed to get there. Success requires effort, perseverance, and a determination to keep pushing yourself. And climbing to the top can teach you a lot. Whoa. This is super hard.